It's been great for me to be here at Austin Studios. A lot of my clients that I've worked with for over the years, Robert Rodriguez being right down the street at Troublemaker Studios, Richard Linklater being across the parking lot. Everything is here, and it's very convenient to have the directors just walk over to the parking lot and come in for casting.
I think before I wasn't really coming in contact with other people other than my clients, or my production people. And this has allowed me to bump into other people that I've worked previously with on films. I also love having my other casting director girlfriends here, Beth Supko and Vicki Boone. There's also 2 agencies here, so there's like a real film community.
What I think is exciting about Austin Studios is that it is becoming what is a traditional studio lot. When Austin Studios opened up to having tenants come in on a permanent basis, I jumped at the shot, and I don't plan on leaving at all, ever.
He's going to have a hard time flying without his head.
Cut! Alright, that was a good take.
We're 2 hours behind schedule. Sorry, 7 hours.
I guess we can cut the Killer Bee scene.
But the movie's called Killer Bees.
We'll make it a metaphor. I love filmmaking, but sometimes it can be hard to find the necessary funds to do it.
We couldn't afford a real cow? Will this work?
If we put them in the background as far as possible, I don't think anyone's gonna notice. It amazes me the kind of resources that are necessary to make a film. Time, money, crew, and equipment.
The next shot is good to go.
Make sure you practice the rack focus on this next one, because it's a real doozy. If only there was some sort of local nonprofit that could help out with Texas filmmakers, maybe with something like a grant.
The sound guy got sick into crafty.
Do any of the PAs know how to do sound?
I don't see why not.
The fund could foster independent filmmaking in Texas. It could be something that both beginners and pros could apply for.
Come on, Jeff, man, where's the money? I can't pay my rent with experience.
Consider it an acting exercise. Do the Midner thing.
Meisner.
Imagine the difference that a grant can make. Jobs created, films finished, ideas turned into reality. Guess a filmmaker can always dream. Hey, no personal calls on the camera!
With San Marcos attracting more tourists, the city needs more hotel rooms. According to representatives from the San Marcos Visitor Center, the city will welcome 6 new hotels over the next 18 months, including big names like Holiday Inn and Marriott. San Marcos Area Chamber of Commerce President Brian Bondi says it was just a matter of time before San Marcos got more hotels.
San Marcos is right at the very beginning of a huge explosion. Companies want to be here. So the hotels building are really an offshoot of the fact that this is the market to be in Central Texas.
There is a high demand for family-friendly stays with accommodations like restaurants, adjoining rooms, and free Wi-Fi. Although some current hotel employees agree the new hotels will bring more business to the city, it also means more competition.
They're going to be losing more money than they're already bringing in. And so that being said, the hotels don't like losing money. But they will have to, because in order to compete with all the hotels, well, we're going to be lowering the prices, so they'll get more customers through the doors.
Bondi says the busiest time of the year is during spring graduation and summer. Hotels book their rooms pretty fast this time of year.
The hotels on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in San Marcos, it's almost impossible to get a room. So, and we know that because of the large graduating classes at Texas State, that not all of our properties in town can accommodate all of those families.
Among the new hotels that are coming to San Marcos will be this Marriott Courtyard, which will feature a resort-style pool, fire pit, and movie theater room for guests. Although it won't be open in time for graduation, its 97 rooms will open just in time for the busiest parts of this summer. For Bobcat Update, I'm Taylor Alanis.
There's a lot of pride at Texas State, but some people say school spirit seems to be lacking.
We have the rowdiest organization, isn't there? There's one that's all they do, just get rowdy and rowdy.
Right now, I would give Texas State a B+, but we're definitely working on it, and we're going to get up there.
Lack of awareness may be the reason that few people are showing up at most sporting events.
I feel like it should be more publicized just because we do have a lot of sporting events and teams within the university, so I don't really hear about them that much, but I probably would go if I did hear about them more.
While football and baseball are two of the more popular sports, students say it's hard to attend many games.
The reason being is because they're busy with schoolwork or maybe just other activities. That's what I believe.
Many students believe incentives, such as free t-shirts or a free concession item, would improve attendance at games.
With years of traditions fueling the events at Texas State, there are plenty of reasons for students to be involved in school spirit. For Bobcat Update, I'm Katie Sarkosh.
There are 38 portraits featured in this room as part of the Fine Line exhibition, and the subjects of these portraits all have one thing in common. They share the label of mental illness. San Antonio photographer Michael Nye spent 4 years photographing and recording stories that confront stereotypes and reveal the courage and fragility of those living with mental illness. The photographs are coupled with recordings that range from 1 to 5 minutes. The touring Fine Line exhibition is at the Whitliff until March 30th. The response from the community so far has been positive.
We've had a lot of visitors come in on the weekends, and but a lot of students, with the whole common experience requirement, and we've had just a great response.
The Whitliff will have a reception and artist talk on February 11th at 6:30. There will be free admission when Michael Nye talks about the exhibition.
And overall, I think it's a really good experience because it makes you feel like they're really not that different. It's just like something they have to live with, but they're not all that different from us.
This room is full of unknown faces whose stories reflect hardship, and although they are often hard to hear, come Tuesday evening, this room will be full of people inspired and interested in hearing their stories. The exhibition offers a different perspective of people with mental illness, and for that reason, the public is invited to walk in their shoes. For Bobcat Update, I'm Mario Hernandez.